Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 14 of the Squid QE podcast with guests. Today's episode is going to be a little bit differently than previous episodes have been. I'm going to do this one more as a show and tell type episode to show off Casual Explorer's maps that he has made in just the past 2 to 3 years for Quake here. Casual Explorer is a very good map maker, very good map designer and everything. Casual Explorer, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It sure doesn't feel like that much time has passed.
Yeah, I remember this. So this is his first map here. It is called Baron of Hell Cathedral. Just by the design of it alone, I get very, very much Doom inspired, especially with like these are like symbols of what look like the Baron of Hell heads up here and stuff like that. Was Doom kind of like your inspiration for this map and stuff?
Yes, particularly Quake 3 Arena, because technically Quake 3 Arena solidified that certain Doom games take place in the same universe. It's just that they manifest differently.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think this was the first map that you actually demonstrated to me, and from what I understand, this is like the first Quake map you ever made, right?
Well, the first one that managed to get a bit popular, and one of those maps that I made to be released to the public. I have practiced with maps that I didn't release to get to this point.
Nice, yeah. Everybody I talk to, like all these like map designers and stuff like that, it's amazing that like how they can all make, like maps for just this one game, but all of them all just like they all share like a different story about like their adventures and how they make and stuff like that. There, so what was like your biggest inspiration that like went into this map?
It would have to be my love for the Baron of Hell enemies.
The Baron of Hell. Yeah, so very obviously very Doom inspired here. That's exactly what I get on this map here and stuff. Is it very is it like is it hard to get into like mapping and stuff?
Well, the first time you get a map made for a game engine you really don't know that much about, you'll have to do research, and then you'll have to apply that research in practical ways until you finally get a result you want. But after that, it gets much easier.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if I have the patience to be a map maker myself. And I definitely don't have the artistic style of being able to make a map and stuff like that. So I leave it up to people like you with the very good ideas that you guys bring here and stuff. And I'm pretty sure that it's a lot of people have liked this map there. I did read on your I did post your archive in the description on here. You guys can check out Casual Explorer's maps for Quake as well as other games. I saw Doom on there and Unreal. I think I saw Unreal Tournament in there as well. It did look like a lot of people have at least viewed your. I can see like the little eyeball thing views there, so it looked like a lot of people did notice your maps there. So that's pretty cool there. Out of all the games that you've mapped so far, would you say Quake is like probably the best one out of there, or do you prefer like mapping in other maps or other games? I'm sorry.
I would like to say that I like the challenge of starting out with nothing known about a game, and then after that, rising to the challenge.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, it's. Unfortunately, I can't really comment too much about the challenge of map making, but I think that's pretty much what every map maker has kind of come up to. There is just the challenge, overcoming a challenge of map making and stuff. Was there anything like particularly about like like this map that you like really wanted specifically, but you couldn't get right or anything like that?
No, it turned out almost perfectly ideal. And the minor things that I have that could be considered complaints are things that players haven't even spoken of. So I kind of round that up from 99.9 to 100%.
Nice. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I really like this map. It's a nice little dual map, obviously. A little small for FFA, but hey, if it's like the key feature I noticed on this map that you wrote here was that there was no rocket launcher, and that you wanted this to be specifically focused on like just small time duels and being able to, not like rely so much on the weapons that people are the most familiar with, which is like LG and rocket launcher there. So was that like a big inspiration for designing a map like this?
Yes, it was. I've seen this map played with rockets only, but if they want to play it that badly with the rocket launcher in it, then I just honestly have to praise their dedication.
Ah, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I really like this, and I'm also noticing that I'm only seeing what do you call it, the blue armor, light armor, there. So it's obviously a very intense focus on the dual aspect of it and being able to control like what little that you have to offer on there. So like I think something like this could be a very good, highly competitive. Dual focused map, like even sometimes the pros could come on here and just see like how well they can do when they're in like a very very limited resource environment and stuff like that there. So I mean, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't mind seeing something like that in like future like events or people that want to set up.
Oh, that would be nice. I mean, this one is only designed for duels, though.
Yeah, yeah, like duos, like 1v1s and stuff like that. There, yeah, yeah. It's pretty dual focus. I would definitely agree with that. Um, I don't remember, but how do you open this teleporter here? I was
The
trying to figure
tele
out some of the. I was trying to figure out. 'Cause I remember you showed me some secrets when we first played this map. Like
oh
a year
oh
ago
the
or something like that.
teleporter that I suspect is in front of you. It's only for show. The
Ah,
functioning
gotcha.
teleporter the functioning teleporter is on the stage area.
Yeah, yeah, I've been going through this one quite a bit. And there's obviously a quad up here and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, very cool. Any other comments you wanna make about this map?
There are two secrets that I put in here, though,
Hmm.
and they both lead to weapons.
I'm assuming it's probably this one and this one over here.
The ones with the Baron of Hell heads.
Yeah, with these little gate things
Oh
here.
yes, there are secrets in there.
Gotcha. Uh, I ran out of shotgun there. I assume you have to shoot the heads up there, and it probably opens up.
Mm, Let me get out of my place and show you.
Yeah, yeah.
First, you have to take the teleporter up,
Okay.
then this one, and choose one.
Ah, gotcha.
In my case, I got the super nail gun.
Gotcha.
The nail guns are waiting on the other side where you are.
Ah, okay. I see. I see. All right. Yeah. Got it. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. I think that's actually really cool.
Well, I
Yeah.
felt that if I was going to do a Quake map, and considering how the default id design ones had secrets, I could do my own twist of that.
Yeah, that's definitely a big part of Quake right there is being able to um, be able to find secrets and stuff like that, and having secret areas, and that was definitely a big part of the campaign. There it was always being able to find secrets. Well, that's actually a big part of just ID Tech or id Techs, whatever you want to call it, id Techs games in general, because Doom was a lot like that. Even Wolfenstein was a lot like that, just secret finding in general. So that seems like a bit of id software history right there.
I mean, the latest map I did make that's not on our list of maps to show is the Techno Church of the Baron of Hell, where I actually put in a trap, but it's also a secret too.
Ah, nice, nice. I think I remember that one. That's the one with like the rocket launcher that's down there.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha. All right, well, why don't we go on to the next map? The next one, I believe, I think I messaged you, was the Nero Deathmatch. Is that correct?
Yes, the Lolio Nero Death.
Cool. Why don't you go and get that loaded up, and we'll head to that map next. And we'll take a look at what that map design is. But yeah, that first one so far, I really like that one. It's a nice duel map, and definitely think some hardcore duelers might find that entertaining, and might definitely check it out. It's available in the link in the description. It's under the archive section there. You'll find it there. It's called Baron of Hell Cathedral. One of the first maps that Casual Explorers shared with the Quake Remastered here. A lot of love put into that map, so just let me know when you got that next map loaded up.
I will.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's kind of too bad that Quake 1, our official source port of sorts for Steam, doesn't let you just more smoothly transition from one map to the next in online mode.
It is definitely a little a shame that they couldn't do a better custom map rotation type thing. You know, I mean, I know a lot of the modern source ports have it and stuff. So yeah, that was definitely a. I remember that being a one of the big things people complained about with the lack of there, but it is what it is, and they just did what they could with the time they were given and whatever Bethesda and the higher ups allowed them to do. I don't know where they who was telling them what can and can't be done, but I'm guessing it was probably time related and stuff like that.
Won't be much longer before Lolio Nero loads.
Gotcha. So was this one like your second Quake map, or is this just like a? I just kind of like I picked some that were out from your archive there, and I didn't know like if like that was like the order the maps that you made them there, or if that was just like just how they were uploaded or something.
I just felt like trying something different.
Gotcha. How long have you been playing Quake?
Off and on for over a decade.
Cool, yeah, me too. Obviously, I did more playing mods and stuff, but yeah, very nice. One thing you mentioned before, though, is that you mostly play with keyboard only.
Yes.
Nice. That's got to be a skill of its own right there. I only ever known of one other player that played with keyboard only. He was an old netquake.io player who actually retired recently. But yeah, he was also a keyboard only player.
This one I'm surprised it turned out as well as it did.
Oh yeah. Any struggles or anything that you had to go through with this one?
It was basically determine the right values for the jump pad wind tunnel effect. Basically just trying one number with up, one number down, so eventually I found the right ones I was looking for.
Nice. I see this one's got a rocket launcher. I gotcha. And then I think you had to just jump over to there to get those. Yep, got it. All right. Yeah, really, really nice. Kind of similar style of what you did with your the last map that you made there. So pretty similar style to that there. So that's what I'm noticing there, and then a little bit of a water effect there in the middle. And then looks like we got the nail guns off to the side here. Oh, there's actually an LG here. I didn't see that there, but yeah, an LG right there. So almost the entire Quake arsenal you got on this map, I'm noticing.
I mean, I don't have anything against the rocket launcher. Just to be clear, it's just that,
Yeah.
like any asset or tool,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I feel it's better off left out of a map. Sometimes I feel it has to be in one. It depends.
Yeah, it really is. It really is dependent on the map because I know, like, the OG DM1 map, one of the few maps that don't have like a rocket launcher or an LG on it. So that's it's really map dependent there. But then it's like you get those like hardcore players and then they start, like, oh, this map doesn't have a rocket launcher or an LG, and it just feels a bit of like a kind of like a drag on it, you know what I'm saying there. But for a small map like this, like it, it's like you could probably do without the rocket launcher and LG, and it probably would still be a pretty fun map because everything is so confined to one space here and stuff like that. So I think it works out either way for a map like this.
Oh, something interesting I want to note is that I actually felt inspired to make this map largely due to the fact that during the time of its making, I was playing Persona 5 Royal.
Mm-hmm.
I remember distinctly being in, well, giving out spoilers for a bit, Kamoshido's palace. His
Okay.
palace was the form of a castle, but a warped, twisted castle.
Okay. I never played that game, so but there you go, inspiration from another game there, I'm sure. I'm sure even some other map designers probably get their inspiration from other games too. I feel like that's a common trend, and not just from. I mean that game obviously isn't it's software or a Bethesda game in general. There, that's just from another game there. But that's what happens sometimes. People play a game and they're like, oh, this map would be really good if we mapped it in this other game here, and that's kind of where they get their inspiration from. So that's pretty cool. I think that you took that inspiration from that specific moment and made it into what you liked.
Yeah, it's definitely just a source of inspiration to make my own sort of castle-like architecture. It definitely is very different from the castle in Persona 5 Royal.
Nice. I'll have to check that out sometime because honestly, I don't know anything about that game, but that's really cool. Have you actually have you ever made like a really large map, or have you always just kind of stuck with like the dual-sized maps?
Well, not for Quake, but I did have a collaboration one time where a famous mapper and I worked together to make a at most 3-player size map that still functioned as a dual map for Doom 2.
Okay. Yeah, I think I saw some Doom 2s on your archive over there, so definitely check those out as well as the Quake ones on the archive. Link in the description. Yeah, really cool stuff over there. I also saw you did some. I think I saw some Doom 3. I think you even asked me one time for some Doom 3 maps over there. Out of like all if you were to pick between like Doom 1, Doom 2, and then Quake, and then Doom 3, which game would you say is probably like the hardest to do mapping on?
I would say the hardest would probably be Doom 3, but only because you have to link things together in certain associations, or else you get graphical glitches that show up in your map.
Okay. Yeah, Doom 3 is more on a modern ID Tech engine. I don't know much about the whole story about it, but you know, like I heard that's kind of when they started getting into like the mega texture era of id Tech, and I know like that alone right there caused some problems with making maps and stuff, but that was an early design of it, and you know the mega textures was partially why we never really saw modding in like the id Tech 5 era and stuff like that there for like Rage and stuff like that. It was kind of there, so Doom 3 was kind of where that started from, but it was like a different design of that. At least that was like something I read or there. I don't know if that's really true, but that's kind of what I read. But yeah, really cool design. Any other comments that you have for this one?
I would have to say, looking at it now, that I'm amazed at my own efforts. I just tend to always make something,
Mm-hmm.
then after it's been released, study it, play over it again, make notes as to what could have been done better and what was done successfully,
Mm-hmm.
and then proceed to try to put that work to shame with the map that comes out next.
Yeah, so like basically like a lot of play testing, right?
That's a part of it, but
Mm-hmm.
I always try to surpass what I've previously done, no matter how well it turned out.
Mm. So do you like when you get into designing of this, do you like draw it out first on like a piece of paper before you like get into like the actual map, like the map editor and stuff like that there, or is it just like do you just kind of load up the map editor, place things there, and just kind of go from there?
It's a variety of things that I do. The first thing I do is to try to come up with a strong concept, and then I make notes of it. If I can make enough notes of it, then I greenlight the pre-planning process, which can involve drawing things out. But what tends to happen is that I partially draw things out. I proceed to get the editor out and to make things a reality. But then, as I go along, I see better ideas, or I just happen to stumble upon better ideas, and then I just go back to sketching things out, trying again, improvising in all sorts of orders until the project's finished.
Nice. Yeah. Everybody kind of has their own vision of how they do their map designs, and but yeah, that sounds like a very good a good way of getting into what you want, and getting to the point of where you like the map layout itself, and then getting into the actual design of it there. So that sounds like you got a good step program going on from there.
Well, it's a multifaceted approach.
Mm-hmm.
Although, if I could more ideally do things, it would just be to draw it all out and then stick to the blueprint. But it doesn't work out like that for me. But that's for the best, really.
Gotcha. All right. Why don't we go ahead and we'll go to the next map? Looks like Gret Stardust.
Oh, the Gray Stardust.
Oh, I wrote Gret Stardust. Okay. Yeah, Gray Stardust.
Or I'll just exit out of this.
Yeah. But yes, that one was Nero Deathmatch.
La Del Nero Deathmatch. And it's an Italian name.
Gotcha.
And,
Yeah,
and I feel,
mm,
I mean, I feel like I haven't properly learned how to roll the R's yet. but that's generally how it sounds, like La Del Nero.
if you've seen the history of my channel, one thing you'll know is I'm very bad at pronunciating. So these next few maps, I'm probably not going to be able to pronounce any of them at all. So I'll rely on you to do that part. Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Just let me know when you got the map loaded up. So Gray Stardust is this next one. Yes, but so far I like the first two maps. Very good. Very dual focused maps I'm getting. I assume this next one's probably going to be dual focused as well.
Oh, yes, it will be.
Gotcha. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people like big, wide open area maps where there's a lot of room, and some people like the smaller maps, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just whatever your personal taste is and whatever you get into the thought process of building on a map and just, going from there. And that's all as long as you're happy with it in the end, that's really all that matters. All right.
Here it is. This one's a very special map. I didn't expect it to be perfect, but I had a concept that I felt I just had to try.
Gotcha.
It's very reminiscent of the old maps that were by default shipped with Quake 1 in certain ways.
Okay. I'm trying to get what... Maybe DM1, maybe a little. I think I'm getting a little DM1 vibe out of this. Because I'm thinking of like this kind of stuff.
I think that's one of its general inspirations.
Oh,
I just want to do my own twist of a simple deathmatch map. The lightning gun is a bit... Well, it's not the lightning gun itself that's the problem. It's just that there's only so many weapons that you have available in Quake 1. And I felt this one was a bit too strong if you happen to have excellent aim and timing with the lightning gun. But otherwise, that's the only problem I have with it.
Yeah, I think that's just a design of the lightning gun itself, and not specifically, to like a map. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like the lightning gun in general is like a weapon that's, even though it looks like it's, like it would be pretty easy to use. There is a bit of a accuracy related thing with the weapon, just because like when you're moving around, you'll see like how it kind of chops around and stuff like that. So it's just like that's really just a design of how the LG works in general. But I do get what you mean. Like with these small cases like this where you can kind of have this like area here where you can kind of find someone to a person. That's kind of where LG really shines and stuff like that. So I do see that point as well. Yeah.
I knew I could have added more cover, but I felt that if I did, it kind of be going against what I had as a vision.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I really like? I like these orbs that you put right here. I've seen these on a few other maps, and I don't really know how they're made, but I do like them there. How did you actually do these?
Oh, they're an item that you can access if you have the proper files in your map editor. Basically, they're just items that don't really have a solid state to them, but you can place them and they naturally emit light.
Gotcha. So they're kind of similar to like these torches right here, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. One thing I always liked about Quake is just kind of like what they did with the lighting and stuff. Like this whole like medieval style lighting mixed up with like a bit of like a more like a horror in general, I guess. I mean, Quake is technically a horror game, even though obviously when you play it online enough times, it becomes an arena shooter. But when you get back into like the designs of Quake and the ideas that went into the Quake, it is actually a horror game and stuff. So sometimes people forget about that when they play it so long online there. But yeah, I definitely like this whole lighting thing that you did, especially in like this middle area right here. This is really cool and stuff, and I just like that Quake just makes it pop out like that.
I actually asked for ideas to try before making this map, and the idea to use fire actually came from a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, she definitely recommended lots of fire to give it a somewhat mystical and perhaps even menacing atmosphere.
Yeah. Well, great idea because I think it worked out. I think it worked out pretty cool with your map here. So this one is Gray Stardust. Hopefully I got that right this time. But yes, Gray Stardust. Any other last comments you want to say on this map?
I have to say that to those whose ideas I borrowed inspiration from and made into mine, I still want to say that if you're listening, I haven't forgotten you and I acknowledge you.
There you go. Giving credit where credit is due. There, I always like that. It's there. I always say when it comes to projects, whether it's gaming or you're out there in the world building something, even the person that just tightened the screw on there, I think everybody deserves credit where credit is due and stuff. So I like that you're acknowledging that other people have helped you there, and that's really good. Good spirited there.
Well, it wouldn't be what it is if they hadn't just answered my questions and had given me the ideas to use as a creative challenge to integrate into what exists now.
Gotcha. All right. We'll go ahead and move on to the next map, which is, oh gosh, Italian no Senaki.
Itanji no Senkai.
There you go. That's the next map we're going into.
I'll get started on getting that one loaded.
All right, sounds good. Like I said, I told you I wasn't going to be able to pronounce these maps, but I tried my best with that one there. So we'll load up that map. I'm assuming another dual focused map.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, we'll get that loaded up, and if I can get my windows here. For those of you just joining the chat here, this episode just a show and tell a little bit differently how we do things previously in my podcast. So we're just doing a bit of a show and tell on this one. Check out Casual Explorer's maps link in the description archive. You'll find his Quake maps as well as other maps he's done, such as Doom, and I saw some Unreal Tournament maps in there. So check them out. Really cool stuff he made there. Just by himself from and obviously ideas shared from others, of course, and but he made these maps himself there, and he put a lot of love into it, and I'm definitely getting the love out of the maps I've saw so far. So far so good, I'll say. But yes, we're gonna move on to the next one here. Just
in the process of getting that one loaded.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. But yes, these maps are very good, especially the lighting. The best part I'll say so far, out of the maps I've saw so far, the lighting on that last one was very top notch on that one. I like that, medieval touch that just Quake in general gives. All right, get this loaded up here. So this is all right. That was DM1, but we'll get the actual map loaded up. Heck yeah, Quake time. I would agree. Boozer73. So many guys with these names all the time. I don't know. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. This is another one of Casual Explorer's maps here. So first, I'm noticing very similar designs of the first map we made. More of these Baron of Doom Spires. I don't know. Is that supposed to be like the Baron of Hell heads there? I know I've seen them in Doom before. I never fully understood what they actually were though. But yeah, I think those are like the Baron of Hell heads, right?
Correct. This
Gotcha.
one is a highly experimental one.
Hmm. Oh, this one is the. I think I remember this one now. This one is the one with the secret in the water, right?
Right.
Gotcha. And then there's a teleport that goes up here. Um, how do you do the secret in the water again on this one?
Let's see. I think it depends upon.
Where do these go here? Oh, make it back up. All right.
Oh, it's been such a long while with this one.
It's been such a while since we played on this map myself here, as I
I
remember.
think maybe here to get up.
Yeah, that one's definitely a. These do anything? No, they don't do anything. All right, teleport back up here. But yeah, definitely another dual focused map here. I'm getting out of this. Any like special tricks or anything that you had to do with this one to get the design to just come out the way it did, or any special things you had to do or anything?
Well, something that might be dealt with by mappers for Quake 1 or games in general that have brushes or polygons is that sometimes, for whatever reason, especially if you have very precise settings for how thick or wide a brush or polygon can be, is that you might get imperfections where certain parts stick out a bit when really they should be in a line. Kind of like when you see those cracks appear when the light hits a wall a certain way that show that they're slightly protruding. It's that sort of thing I really worked hard to get rid of in this map, even if it's just
Hmm.
a simple result in the long run.
Hmm. Okay. I think I know what you mean by that. Um, yeah, definitely. I like this whole like what you did up here, like these little great things right here. That's pretty. That definitely looks like something that took a little bit of time itself right there to design. Was being able to get this like a little design, almost kind of like you're in like a cage type thing. Like if I were to step in here, I'd probably feel like I'm a little caged in, but then you have this little opening platform here, almost kind of like you're walking the plank and stuff there. I think I see what you kind of did there. That's really cool design there. And what kind of inspired you to do like that kind of design on this one?
I just had an odd idea in my head and felt that since I could imagine it so strongly and so vividly, I'd make it into a reality.
Cool. Yeah, really cool stuff here. And then looks like we got a little bit of what do you call it? A pentagram, right? Is that what I'm understanding? Pentagram.
Yeah, pentagram.
Yeah, that's very that's very id Software right there. I tell you that I've seen that in not just Doom, but I think I've seen it like referencing in some of their other games. There, just id Software, they like their pentagrams for some reason, but you'll find them in a lot of their game titles. They just like that there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we got the sky textures there. So what goes in like making like these sky boxes up here? Is this like just is it like something that Quake picks out, or is this like a skybox you pick out and then you just kind of go with whatever
Oh,
fits the map design?
oh, you as the map designer always get the choice of what the skybox texture will be, but for this one I had to edit the layers very carefully to avoid glitches that would ruin the overall effect.
Hmm.
It turned out it turned out very well though.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. Um, it's like it's how the Quake engine is, because like if you're standing up here, for example, you can kind of see where the skybox gets kind of cut down like right there and stuff there, and it's really just Quake limitations at the time there. But that's another thing. I always thought Quake had really unique skyboxes, even though I don't really fully understand what I'm looking at right now. But yeah, really cool skyboxes, and just like making you feel like you're just in this alternate universe and alternate reality, which was kind of the main focus of the actual campaign of Quake. What they tried to push there was just making you feel like you're not in the reality that here on Earth. You're somewhere that it probably just doesn't make sense. Their laws of physics are different. So yeah, I think that was a good skybox choice that you picked with this map there. I definitely would agree with that.
That one seems to be very popular amongst some of the fans for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's just the way it looks. Again, I don't really know. I don't really know what. I don't know what to. When I look at this, I'm trying to think of like what I would compare it to, but I just don't know what I would compare this to. I really don't. But it's cool nonetheless. That's the thing about it. It's cool. I have no words to, what to even say what this even looks like, but it's cool, definitely.
Well, if it invokes something in your imagination, then I feel it is a success.
Definitely. Well, any last comments you want to say about this one?
I think I want to say that this one plays a whole lot better than it looks.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Sometimes you get a map that has a deceptively simple designer that looks odd, and you think, is this even going to be a map that can have any kind of good gameplay to it? But this one has its odd in appearance, but it definitely plays much better than you might think it looks if you have the impression that, I don't know if this plays even remotely well at all.
Yeah, I think I kind of know what you mean. Like when you kind of come into this map and you kind of take a look at it and you kind of realize like everything is kind of in the open here, and like obviously there's very limited cover here. You got this teleporter that goes up here. So yeah, I kind of see what you mean about like some players might come onto this map and their first impression would be like, oh, what's this here? This looks kind of like it wouldn't really play out too well because everything is just right there. But no, I think I like this here. It's unique in a way where it's like you don't see it too often. So I like that uniqueness part of it that went into just the thought of like something different that you don't see 100 times over from the same maps and stuff like that. I'm not saying like other map designers do that, but like just there's something about this that stands out to other maps that I wouldn't like. If you were to give me like a piece of this design here, one of my guesses would be it would be this map, and that's what I like about it pretty much. So it really like stands out compared to others. So yeah, was that kind of like one of the ideas you were going with this one?
Yes, I definitely want to do something that no one had done before, and on top of that, I want to do something that had more vertical nature to it, because one of the main things that I get from people who sample the maps that I make in their beta phase from time to time is that this would be a greater map if you add some vertical layers to it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't really have much comment about that part since I'm not really a mapper, but great advice nonetheless. But yeah, so far I'm liking everything I'm seeing here. Very good work. Very good work. What map editor do you actually use for like Quake and stuff?
Quark, which is short for Quake Army Knife.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I talked to some of the previous mappers. I think a lot of them used like trench boom and stuff. Have you ever tried like using that?
I've tried it, but it it just doesn't really suit me. If I applied myself, I could learn how to adapt to trench broom, but I just don't really care for it too much.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, well, it's a matter of preference there. Whatever gets you to work there. But yeah, this one is Gray Stardust. We'll go ahead
Oh,
and.
this
Oh no,
one's
I'm sorry. This is not Gray Stardust. This is the one I can't pronounce right. Yeah, no.
Ikanchi no Senkai, and
That's that one. Gray Stardust was the last one. All right, we'll go on to Shinoko.
Dino Cow, Dino
Shinoko.
Cow,
Okay.
which translates to Faces of Death.
All right. Well, I was close on that one, so give me a little credit on that one, guys. I was close on that one. But yes, you said what did you say it translates to?
Faces of Death.
Ah, Faces of Death. Okay, gotcha. So what went into like what made you choose these specific names for these maps? I'm getting a lot of like, like how do you want to call it like I
I
can't think
was
of the
just
word like. But yeah, I'm getting like a little bit of uniqueness. Like what went into like these thought processes of giving these the names they are.
I tried giving them different names from the usual English language because I discovered that if you give something a foreign name, people are more likely to be interested even if it expresses the same idea.
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. That's pretty unique way of looking at it. I know a lot of people. Like naming isn't really obviously something like when people design something. I don't think they put a whole lot of thought process into like the names itself. They just kind of like will call it something really simple and just kind of go from there. But yeah, these names so far have been pretty unique there, and I like that you're thinking of just about everything about the map. Like how do I want to name it? How do I want it to look? How do I want it to play out? And what the focus of the map is and where my central ideas are coming from. And I'm definitely seeing the love go all around on these maps there. So so far so good. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Definitely. So how is it? I know we've been talking a lot about your maps and stuff, but how is it like playing a game like Quake keyboard only? Like, how is that?
It's no challenge to me, really. It's just something that I've been used to ever since the Doom shareware days.
Ah, yes, because in case you don't remember, the old Doom 1 and 2 games were keyboard only. You couldn't really play with a mouse. Well, I mean, I don't know if I could say you couldn't play with a mouse, but like, yeah, I think most people played those with like keyboard only and stuff like that because, free look games weren't too common back then, but yeah.
Oh, we're gonna have to try again.
Alright, no problem. Okay, there we go. Do you have it up yet, or are you still working on it?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll give you the signal.
Okay, gotcha. But yeah, I think people who play with like a mouse and then try to, get their skills up in that, and then try to translate that into trying to do keyboard only. I don't think a lot of people are.
All right, it's loaded.
Gotcha. But yeah, I definitely prefer playing with a mouse there. So playing with a keyboard would probably be a little bit of a challenge to me.
Well, well, technically, I do use the mouse, but only for finer aiming, and usually for sniping.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Oh, now this looks really cool. Do we have
Oh,
the
this
water
one's
in here?
this one's more complex than it seems, really.
I was gonna say this one looked like it took a little bit more work getting into this one here, especially with just what I'm seeing right here. But like I'm seeing this whole water section here. Looks like we maybe got a secret right here, and then some teleporters
Oh,
that go back up.
oh, there is.
Oh yeah, I think I remember
And
there was you had to shoot this here. I'm remembering this now. And then we have a whole top section up here, definitely. How do we get back up there? Oh, they closed. Get back up there so I can show people what's up here. Alright, and we have this whole top section up here, looks like with an armor, some ammo up here, and then we have a drop back down there. So yeah, it definitely looks like a lot of, I'm getting a lot of, a lot of green on this map, but it looks like a lot of work was put into this map.
it there was. I actually had to alter the water texture to be bluish green, and also to give it that feeling that, given the lighting sources, that it felt convincing visually.
Yeah, it looks like you kind of went with that whole episode 2 style lighting of the Quake campaign, where it kind of went with this lighting instead of the more medieval torches there. And then I'm noticing some buttons up here. What do these buttons do?
They opened the gates to the weapons.
Oh, that's right. I think I did that. I think when I
I mean,
started here, I pressed these, and then I didn't realize they actually opened them. All right, and then we have a
and
gun
there's
there.
also an alternate path to get to them.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Simply take the teleporters.
yeah, the teleporters. Yeah. Yep. And then this one goes to the other side. All right, really cool. One thing I'm noticing though is this button right here. Looks like it takes a few shots to actually open it.
Yes,
Uh,
I did that so that it would require you to manage your ammunition. If you want to get
ah.
up there, you have to have spare ammunition, or else you have to be content with what you have beneath you.
So what goes into like because most and again I'm not a map designer so maybe this is more obvious than I'm asking but like what goes into like a button that requires more than just shooting at one time there because like when I play like the campaign I play like other maps when people put buttons in like that it's usually I just shoot it once and it goes in so like do you have to like tell it like how much bullets it takes or something?
Oh, yes, I do, but in general, with Quake 1, you have to have a health value for your buttons if you want them to bleed and respond to being shot.
Mm-hmm.
The trick is actually discerning with testing how much point blank shot are going to take away in terms of health from your button.
Okay.
That's the tricky part, but
Mhm.
if you can manage a button setting, it's more or less easy.
Okay. So talk to me about this color design. What made you go with this like green, almost slime looky color design on this map?
I just felt it would be an interesting color to aim for. It
Okay.
reminiscent of the marble style markings, yet also very close to being a neglected place by the elements in which you could find all sorts of perhaps mold and mildew in the right places.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I do see a little bit of that now, especially like around around this area right here, especially around actually this button right here that I've been shooting. Yeah, I do see what you were going for in there. Just that like moldy style look there. Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely seeing that. But yeah, really cool. I'm just noticing that this is more like Doom stuff. Looks like I'm seeing right here, especially like that right there. Looks very Doom. I can't remember. Did the Quake campaign have that? It's been a long time since I
Oh,
played the Quake.
those faces are from Doom.
Oh, they are from Doom. Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember if the Quake campaign did have those or not. It's been a long time since I played the campaign, so it's like I sometimes don't remember exactly what was in it there. But yeah, yeah, a lot more Doom design I'm getting in this one.
Oh,
as well as
oh,
the uniqueness of the green, slimy, and mold-like colors that you went into this one. So yeah,
oh, oh, something that I definitely am glad turned out well as a light source
mhm.
is the door.
Oh yeah,
The door is
I didn't even notice that.
the door is sealed in an old-fashioned weight lock sort of way. There's no way to actually travel through it, but it does add something to the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's got this like little glowing light around it. Kind of like I guess like a glow light or something like that. But yeah, that is really cool. So do you have to like add like a light source to this, or is this kind of just like what the teleporter does?
Oh, I had to add a light source. In
Gotcha.
Quake, in the Quake games, you have to account for every single bit of lighting in your map, or else it's just going to be dark. Every single light that shows up is there because you placed it there. And if you give it any properties such as strobing or pulsing, you have to set it yourself.
Hmm. Gotcha. Well, any other comments you want to make about this one? Any secrets or anything like this on this one?
I think that this one is best played with humans because I don't think bots have the intelligence to handle the complexities of it.
Yeah, the Quake bots are kind of dumb. I'll see them. They'll probably get stuck in the water down here if you try playing the map like this with bots. But yeah, definitely like the uniqueness of this one. It's definitely very different from the last maps that we've played there. So very good job on that.
Oh,
Um,
thank you. I always try to make sure each map is different from the last one, and that no map I make is ever exactly like one I made before, even if I do a port.
Gotcha. Well, that's exactly what I've been seeing here. So you're definitely living up to your word. Looks like we do have time to do the next one on here, which is Miss Misaki no Tespasa.
Oh, that one translates to Wings of Clarity.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'll
Well,
just ex.
yeah, we'll go ahead and do that one for the last few minutes that we got on this one. Um, that last one was Shino Kaio.
Shino Kao, Faces of Death.
Gotcha. Yes. For those that just joined for these last few minutes, this is a show and tell episode. Just showing off Casual Explorer's maps here. You'll find them in the link in the description of the video, of the live stream here, or if you watch it later as a video on my channel. In the description there, you'll find his maps there. All the maps that we're playing is in that link there, as well as other maps that he has made. Go check them out. Very cool stuff so far. And I'm liking what I'm seeing so far as well.
I'm gonna have to act quickly then.
If we go over, it's no problem. It's just, but yes. Dan the man is asking, casual, what's good?
Oh, I'd say just about everything right now. This interview's been going so great.
Cool. I'm glad. See, it's like, for those, like, if you want to be on this podcast, just remember, everybody gets nerves. Everybody gets nervous. Every guest that I've talked to, it's like the same story. They get nervous before they come on. Once they come on, they get chatty. And then once the podcast is over, they're like, well, damn, I wish I would have talked about this now. I hear it all the time, man. So any potential guests out there, if you want to be a guest on this podcast here, hook me up, man. Everybody's probably thought the same thing that you thought. If you're too nervous about this kind of stuff, don't worry about it. I got your back. We're all bros in this case here, so definitely
Yeah,
definitely reach out
I,
there.
w- I wouldn't say I was nervous, it's just that I felt a bit of harmless anxiety. I'm the type of person who likes to prepare and to be able to be the type who can basically just measure twice and cut once.
That is a good general rule of thumb for definitely just about everything. Yeah, making sure you're. Basically, that translates to making sure that you're for sure this is how it is before you do something that may be irreversible, or something that would be very difficult to go back and correct later on or something like that. So that's definitely a good rule of thumb.
Still in the process of getting Wings of Clarity loaded.
Gotcha. So where did you get these names from, like another source, or did you just think of these on your own?
I thought of them myself.
Gotcha. Gotcha. But yeah, just let me know when you got that next map loaded up. We'll do a quick one on that one, show that one off before we end the episode here. I don't know what the chat is talking. I'm seeing bench 550. You swallows, bro. I don't know what any of that means, but chat so far is. I think so far everybody's liking the map so far is what I'm getting out of all this. Yes.
Right. I'll let you know when it's loaded.
All right. Just waiting on the map to get loaded, and then we'll. Thanks for doing these podcasts, Squid. Yeah, definitely, man. Don't worry, I got more guests coming after this. We're not done yet, so.
It's loaded.
Gotcha. Stay tuned for future episodes.
The interesting thing about this one is that if you know how to control your jumping and you can take advantage of the particular physics of this game, you can actually get both weapons without having to get down from the platform.
Oh, you mean yeah, you mean like that, like the strafe around, pretty much. Now, of course, I touched the teleporter that time, but yeah, the strafe around there. Yeah, that's definitely one of the unique things about Quake 1 movement. There is being able to do stuff like that and be able to hop around and grab things very quickly than it would be to normally, because otherwise you'd have to go like this and grab this one, and then obviously you'd probably take the teleporter back. Otherwise you'd have to circle all the way around and grab the other weapon there. So yeah, I see what you did there. So one thing I'm noticing is that it seems like in this one you went with a mixed lighting of episode 1 and episode 2 lightings right here. Because I'm seeing this style lighting, and then I'm seeing the medieval torches up here. So that's pretty cool. Any particular reason why you went with mixture this time, or just kind of something you decided to do?
Well, with each map I try to do something that no one has ever done before. So at this particular time I've figured, after looking around, that nobody's done something exactly like this.
I would definitely say that I've not seen the mixture lightings before, or if I have, I don't remember it. But yeah, that's definitely pretty cool. And then it looks like we got some different faces here. Where are these faces from? I don't recognize these.
These are from Quake 1. I just altered them a bit.
Ah, okay, gotcha. I was gonna say I don't recognize them, but again, it's been a long time since I played the campaign or anything. But definitely, and then we have the usual pentagram there, and then the the typical skybox that we've been seeing there, and then looks like we got the teleporters right here. So yeah, definitely really cool. And then we have this looks like a little bit of a, I don't know how you want to describe that, but flame inside a I don't know how you call that, but we got that kind of lighting there. So yeah, definitely. Any secrets on this map or anything?
Oh, there are no secrets. It's
Gotcha.
just that the teleporters are used as a way to possibly get your opponent off guard, and if he or she is kind of located right around here, you teleport to this general spot, and you can use that to your advantage.
Gotcha. You're talking about teleporters up here.
Yes.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, really cool. Yeah, definitely loving every map so far. A very good job. It looks like a lot of work was put into these maps for. They may be small, but that's what he chose to be, and I totally approve of these maps and everything. They're very cool. Any last comments you want to say about this map or any of the other maps we played or any other maps that you've done before?
Well, the latest Quake 1 map that I have out is Techno Church of the Baron of Hell that some people may not have tried. I'd say it's more innovative than it seems, and it can be more rewarding and fun to play than it seems. And regarding this map, I definitely had to try more than once to sort out all the issues with getting this area with the sky being the light source done.
Okay, so like using the skybox to like emit light and stuff.
Yes.
Gotcha. Wow, that sounds like it'll be a big undertaking. Or you mean that's what you did on your latest map?
For this one, even though it looks very simple,
Mm-hmm.
I had to sort through various glitches and problems with precision, but I stuck with it until I got everything done like I had dreamed it would be.
Gotcha. I got Dan saying this map is number one. I got Fist MC saying, "Dear God, it's beautiful." Sounds like everybody's liking this map here. So hey, I give it a thumbs up there. Very very cool stuff there. But yeah, this has been it's episode 14. I'm sorry, episode 14 of Squid Kiwi podcast with guests. We hit over our hour mark here, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. But this has been Casual Explorer, map maker for Quake as well as Doom. I saw some Unreal tournaments in there. Doom 3 is in there. Link to his maps is in the description below. You can access it anytime you view this podcast. Go check out his maps and see all the amazing work he's done there. Casual Explorer, any final thoughts you want to say or anything?
Well, I wanted to express my gratitude to everyone for showing such interest in my maps, and if you thought they were beautiful, you do flatter me, but know that I always try to outdo myself by a great deal with each new map I make.
Nice, nice. I like it. I like everything you've done before. You are definitely a talented man, and keep it up. And next thing you know, you'll make the next map that that's like the number one map that everybody's playing there. So keep it up, man.
Oh, thanks for the kind words.
All right, no problem. All right, this is going to conclude episode 14 of the Squid QE podcast with guests. Stay tuned. More guests are on the way here. We are definitely still going with this. Glad to be back. Third episode of this sort of revival era that I've been doing with the podcast here. So, and we are still going. So, thank you everybody for listening, and we're going to go ahead and sign off for this one. Casual Explorer, thanks for coming on, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye.
So